Hello, my crafty friends. This is Yolanda from CraftySentiments.com, and I'm back with another video. If you are brand new to my channel, then welcome. And if you've been here before, then welcome back. Make sure that you hit the subscribe buttons and click the notification bell so you can be notified when a new video is uploaded. I have another card for you today, and let me show you where got my inspiration from. This is the July to December 2021 catalog, and on page 46 there's this card right here that I thought was really cute with the blending. You know, I'm into blending right now. However, I don't have this stamp set or anything, so I decided to use what I have to make a card, a little bit of a plainer card than that, a little simpler card than that. But this is where I got my inspiration from. And the stamp set that they're actually using is the Welcoming Woods stamp set. And I started to get that because I like these trees and all of this, but I never did. So that's where I'm going to got my inspiration from. What I'm going to use is the Inspired Thoughts bundle. This is in our annual catalog. Ooh, excuse me. I'm going to be using the sentiment that says, sending healing thoughts your way. I'm not going to put a sentiment on the inside just yet because I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to write. So I'm going to leave the inside blank. And I'm also going to be using the Inspiring Canopy dies. I'm going to be using the trees from this, that dies that are in this set. So let me put that aside. We're going to be using some Calypso Coral, Night of Navy, and Bermuda Bay for our colors. And let me get my cardstock out. So I have a piece of basic black. I'm going to use that to cut these trees out. And I already have a piece of the adhesive sheet on the back. And even though it doesn't cover the full die, that's all right. I can put glue on here and be really careful, but putting glue on this part, that would be really tricky. So I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to use that. My card base is going to be a crumb cake, regular A2 size card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. For my inside and for a layer, I have two pieces of Very Vanilla, and they measure 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And I have a piece of basic white that measures 5 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to move these aside for right now, and we're going to get started. And again, we are going to do some sponging, some blending. I also will need a piece of, that's like a piece of paper, or I got a little piece of paper towel that I'm going to be using to, so I don't get my fingers too inky. So first thing we're going to do is the Calypso Coral. And we're going to sponge. I don't know what I did to the bottom back down here. Who knows? I might just get another ink pad. So this is going to be a landscape card. So I'm going to go ahead and start at the bottom. And we want a nice amount at the bottom. And like I told you before, you just blend. As much or as little as you want. Now I want this to go probably almost halfway up. And my light-handed touch, hopefully. And I'm going to blend. And it kind of looks a little splotchy down at the bottom. But that's okay. I'm going to make sure I get the sides. And we just do a swirling motion. Swirl, swirl, swirl. And again, like I said, you can put as much or as little as you want. And I'm going to go kind of halfway up. That's about halfway. Just a little bit more. Lightly go down. There we go. That's good for right now. So I'm going to turn that over to make it easier on myself. I'm going to close this up. And then I'm going to start with the Bermuda Bay. Now this is why I got the little piece of paper towel just so I can hold on to it and not get my fingers all inky because the ink is still very wet. So we're going to go in and we're going to go down. And when the two colors combine, they make a third color, which I thought was so neat how they complemented each other. And we're going to swirl, swirl, swirl. Just like so. And again, it's going to look kind of weird, but once it all dries, it all evens out. I am having so much fun doing the blending. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I do, but that's a nice surprise. And it's fun to try out different projects to see exactly how it's going to turn out. So that's enough for blending that area. I'm just going to put a little bit more up here and make sure I get the sides. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well. Sometimes you need to know when to stop to adding colors, and that's the hardest part, knowing exactly when to stop. But I can always come back and add more. I can't take away. So I'm going to close that up, and we'll go with the Night of Navy. Ink that up, and we're going. And we're going to blend that down into the Bermuda Bay. Yep. So, I am going to be doing a series, I believe, of more blending videos because I really like how it turns out. Again, let me know if you've tried any blending before. It's a lot of fun. And you know, you really can't mess up too much because it's just paper. You know, if you mess up, then you just start over. It's not like it's designer series paper where it's cost you a lot or a lot more. It's just regular cardstock. This is just basic white. So now I'm through with that, and I'm going to come back in with the Bermuda Bay. Just a little bit. Kind of even out this transition between the two. And it's fine because it's a nighttime scene. Kind of, sort of. And I'll come back and do this one as well. Lightly. Like so. And I think I want to put a little bit more of that, of the Bermuda Bay, excuse me, of the Night of Navy on the sides. I kind of wanted to come down on the side. And this side as well. Back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to actually stop in just a second because okay, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to move all that to the side. Move that to the side. And I'm going to move this up and let that dry. Next, I am going to cut out, move this out the way. I'm going to cut out the the trees and I'll be right back. So I'm just gonna adhere it down. Yeah. Maybe I want it over to the side just like that. And I want it toward the top where all the stickies are. And I'll cut that out. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I took all the little pieces off, the paper backing off, because it gets a little monotonous to watch me peel it off and pop out the little pieces. So what I'm going to do next is actually I'm going to do a little, got the Wink of Stella, and I want to, I just want to put some sparkle on there. So I'm just going to hit it. Now, I don't know if you can actually see it or not, but there's little sparklies all over the paper, which is fun. You can hit it on anything. So set that aside. I don't know if you can see it or not. Hopefully you can. So anyway, next step is that we are going to apply the tree, and I'm going to get a little bit of adhesive, and I'm just going to put it on the tree trunks in the very bottom, just a little bit. That way it's not going to ooze all over the place. And we'll put this at the very bottom. Just like so. Oops, you see there's a little papers in here. I thought I got them all. They're trying to hold on. And I really want this flush and even, so that's why I'm going to pull that up a little bit, because we have a very thin border with the very vanilla. So I'm going to do that. And I'll push that down. And then I'm going to take, to make sure it's all the way down, have my little sentiment already on the block. And I'm just going to burnish it a little bit. And so that's going to make sure that it sticks. And you see that's where the some of the ink is coming through. But that's fine because it's on the back. And now I'm going to take my scissors and cut off the excess. Let me close up this glue. I'm going to cut off the excess. Make sure you don't get your good scissors to do this, because it'll just get them all gunked up. And we will okay. So you see where I was pushing down? That means the ink is still wet on those areas. And that also means it might not stick down very well right now. It will once it dries. So now I'm going to mount that on the very vanilla. And I'm going to use some adhesive, the liquid glue. And that's because it gives me a little bit of a chance to maneuver it on the paper. Make sure I get it into the right position where I want it, because it's a very thin border. And I'm going to pull this up so I can see it a little bit better. And you can spin it around, and then there you go. And I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. Now, if you have done some blending, send me a message, tag me, because I would love to see some of your creations. I'm all about learning more and more, and I find this really fun. So I'm going to put a lot of dimensions on here. I guess I could have put that other film on there, but you know me, I like dimensionals. And they're relatively inexpensive to use. So we're going to do that. I'm going to pop all of this off. So I think I'll be back with some more Christmas cards pretty soon, because I am still trying to get all of my Christmas cards done. So I'm going to, oh God, where did that bread come from? I'm going to mount this. Oh, I need it over just a tad. I need it up just a tad. I'm lightly setting it down before I commit to it. I need my chair up. I'm already short, but I'm down too low so I can't see. There we go. And like I said, for the inside, I'm just going to put a layer on the inside, and I'll write a sentiment later. And again, that's why I like the liquid glue, because it gives you a chance to maneuver it. And so the last thing that we're going to do is I'm going to do the one little piece of stamping. I have a piece of crumb cake that measures, I think it's 3/4 of an inch. No, it's 5/8 of an inch, and the size really doesn't matter too much because I'm going to cut it down. And so we're going to stamp just like that. Move all that out of the way, move this out of the way. And I am going to cut this sentiment out. Like so. Sorry about that. And then I'm just going to mount that on dimensionals as well. 2 dimensionals. And we are finished, my friends. Now, if you want, you can add some glitter or some Winkle Stella to the trees. That's totally up to you on how you would want to do that. Oopsie. So I'm going to set that right about there. And this one looks like it's over just a tad, this little leaf. Tree branch. And I think I might just do a little Winkle Stella on the tree. Just a little bit. But that is it, my friends. This is how you can get some different tones with your blending brushes. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to, if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and remember, subscribe and hit the little notification bell. So this is my card. This is the original card that I had created. So there you go. Tell me what you think. Thanks so much for stopping by. This is Yolanda from CraftySentiments.com, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.